Thinking of taking a cruise on the Silver Spirit and looking for pros and cons? Let's talk about it. Hey, this is Jack with Luxury Cruise Tips. Do me a favor, subscribe to my videos, hit the bell so you get notified. I do post new videos pretty much every week. So let's talk about the Silver Spirit on Silver Seas, pros and cons. So let's start with the pros. First of all, the ship. I think it's perfect size. I never get lost. It's easy to get around. There's stair towers all over the place. There's elevators in the middle, towards the front. I can definitely easily get around. It's not like some of these mega ships or even some of the smaller ships that they're dead-end hallways. So I like the size of the ships. Number two is I really like the size of the staterooms. Pretty much all the staterooms other than the suites are the same. You can take a look at my veranda suite tour. I'll put the notification, the tag right up top with the link, I'm sorry. I've stayed in that stateroom a couple times, whether it's deluxe veranda, superior veranda, classic veranda. They're pretty much all the same on the inside. The only difference really is the location in the ship, whether it's deck or it's being midship, front or back. But the staterooms are large. There's plenty of room in them. The bathrooms are nice size. The closet space is nice. And the verandas are nice. So I really do think having that large stateroom is very nice, because on some of the other luxury cruises that I've taken, you end up, unless you go up 2 or 3 or 4 room categories, you're not going to get a cabin or a stateroom as large as what you get on the Silver Spirit at the same price. Another item that I really like as a pro is the included excursions. Now, this is a topic that is hot for some people because they say they're worthless or they're not very good. I would differ on that. I think when I look at the included excursions on Silversea as a whole, and I've taken probably 5 or 7 or 8 different Silversea cruises, is the included excursions are definitely excursions that, had I go to buy them, they'd run from $100 or $79 to $250. As an example, I'm on a cruise in Africa right now, Cape Town. Cape Town, we've taken excursions that we looked at prior to signing up with Silversea, and they were between $250 and $300 per person. They are free. The only other cruise line which gives you the same quality of excursions in my mind is Regent. Yes, Viking does give you a free excursion, but it's one option per day. They only have one, and it's, to me, typically been just a city orientation tour. So I do think that the excursions on Silversea are definitely a pro. They have kept them relatively small. We've had everything on this cruise, from hiking to culinary to touring of museums, to cultural events. And I would say in every port, we have between 5 to 8 included excursions. And if you are interested in other excursions that you want to pay for, they have them. And the excursion team on the Spirit has been very good to deal with in terms of giving you an understanding of the included excursions. The only thing I would say that you need to do is book them early, or else they do run out of space. Another pro to me is the food. Now, we all are foodies today. I think that on the Silver Spirit, because of the size, you have a lot of food options, multiple restaurants, most are included, 24-hour room service with a vast menu. Again, if you follow the link up here, I am going to do, or I did, a dining guide, so you can definitely see the dining guide. Hopefully that works. I think that each restaurant has a lot of great options. They do change the menus in some of the restaurants certain days. So I think that gives you, if you're on for 2 or 3 weeks, even a week, it gives you a lot of options to try different food. And what I will say is, even if there's a restaurant that you've been to and you need to change something on it, as an example, I know this will sound crazy, I like chicken parmesan. And we went to La Terraza on my last cruise, and they didn't have chicken parmesan. The server heard the gentleman we were eating with and I talking about, oh, it'd be great to have chicken parmesan. Within about 15 minutes, the maitre d' came over and said, sorry, we don't have chicken parmesan, but when are you coming back? And they had it for us at that time. So if there's a special order, you can definitely ask at a restaurant. And what I've seen is if they have the ingredients, they will definitely try to accommodate special orders. Another pro would be the butlers. So if you've never had a butler, don't think you need a butler, don't want to pay for a butler, well, guess what? Every room category on Silversea provides a butler. The butlers on Silversea, I think, are the best butlers I've had at sea. They do a great job of really enhancing your cruise experience. You're not paying any extra for it. So I think that's definitely a pro. It's something, once you've had a butler, you may think about it on other cruises that don't provide them or only certain room categories. And I find that when I'm on cruises that have them that are not Silversea, I'm constantly comparing the experience on that cruise line with my Silversea, Silver Spirit experience. The staff on the Spirit, and this can be hit or miss, but I've now said the Spirit 2 or 3 times, I think, and I will say, and this is consistent on all the Silversea cruises, the staff has been amazing. They are from all over the world. I was just told today the staff on board the ship represent 54 different countries. It's enjoyable to me to talk to some of these people, learn more about them, why they're working on the ships, what other ships they've been on. They're very attentive to your service, whether it's in the dining room, by the pool, a bar waiter, the art curator, the front desk, the excursion team. I think these people actually enjoy what they do, unlike some other cruise lines, that it's a job and they're just there to earn a paycheck. So I think that every time I cruise on Silversea and specifically Silver Spirit, there are always people that have made the experience remarkable for us and want to have us come back again. And in reality, we booked another cruise already, so they've accomplished their mission. Okay, now I'm sorry to say, to me there are some cons, so let's talk about some of the negatives. The first thing is the gym on the Silver Spirit. It is too small. I don't like the setup. There are 3 treadmills. One's been broken all week, and I know that can happen, but it's just too small for the ship of this size. If you compare this gym with the Silver Dawn or the Moon, it just seems like those ships have much larger gyms and more equipment for an exact same size ship. This gym is set up that the cardio and some equipment is in one room, and there's another room that you have to walk down a hall past some people to go to another room. So I'm just not excited about the gym. Now, I know I said food has been definitely a pro. I will say there's a couple things that with the food are kind of cons to me. One would be, or negatives. One would be the grill. The menu at the grill, I think, needs to be upgraded. It's good, but it stays the same the whole time. Now, they do throw in some buffets during the week. I'd like to see some theme experiences, like an Indian day one day or a seafood. They have these, but they don't really, they could publish it in the Chronicle and let you know what it is so I could look forward to it versus walk by it when they're taking down. But I think their basic, consistent grill menu is kind of lackluster and could really be upgraded. Other than that, the food that they serve is good, but I would like to see the grill upgraded. The other thing is Silvernote is a great experience. I truly enjoy the Silvernote experience. The plating is nice, the music is nice, but I will say, to me, another thing that needs to be changed there is I think they need to evolve the menu to have a couple different menus during the week. If you enjoy it and you want to eat there twice, you're going to get the same exact menu, and there's a limited number of options in each course, so you may end up with the same thing each time. The same can be true for, say, Sheen and La Dame, which are the added cost restaurants. I do think it'd be nice if they maybe rotate menus there. I'm willing to pay the money to eat there because I think it's a great thing. But again, it's the same menu, so it's deterred me from going back. because I don't want to pay extra to have the same thing. It's a great experience, but I do think they can update the menus in there. Another thing which I think is a negative to me and many guests is they no longer on the Silver Spirit have afternoon tea. I asked about this and they said, well, tea is available every afternoon at Arts Cafe, which I agree it is, but it's not the formality of afternoon tea. There are other cruise lines that do an amazing job with afternoon tea, with live music and set menu, and I think Silversea just on the Spirit does not do a good job with afternoon tea. And this one does not bother me, but it's something that stops some people from sailing on Silversea, is the dress code. Yes, there is a dress code, and we have friends that won't sail with us on Silversea because of it. I see people on board that try to fight the dress code. I can respect the position that Silversea is. So if you've never sailed on Silversea, yes, each day has a themed dress code for after 6 o'clock. And if you want to eat at the majority of restaurants, you have to conform to the dress code. There are restaurants that you can be a little bit more casual in, but you cannot come in flip-flops and shorts at any of the restaurants at dinner time. And I know some people will say, I'm paying what I'm paying, and I want to dress leisurely. That's fine. What I have seen is if you try to go to Atlantide and you are dressed with a polo shirt on an informal or formal evening, they will offer you a dinner jacket. Again, this is contentious. I've seen some things on this cruise with people fighting with staff about it. I can respect the staff position with it is. There is rumor that we will see things changing on the Silver Spirit. On the Nova, they have relaxed the dress code. I think Silversea is hearing what the public is saying about dress codes, and I think that the Nova and the Ray will probably have the relaxed dress code, and if they see that it works out, they may relax dress codes. The competitors have relaxed dress codes, and it's not as though you're on Regent or Oceania or Seabourn and you're in the steakhouse and people are coming on flip-flops and t-shirts. I think we're all smart enough to know what we should or should not be wearing. But again, Silversea's dress code, I somewhat enjoy it, but it's another suitcase of packing. So again, these are my few pros, cons, negatives, positive of Silversea. Silver Spirit, I do enjoy the ship. We booked another cruise. It's not on the Spirit, but it'll be in Dawn. But I would come back on the Spirit every another day, another cruise. It's all dependent upon the itineraries. So hopefully this information about the pros and cons of my thoughts, and again, these are only my opinions, are helpful to you in picking your next cruise or not picking a cruise on the Silver Spirit.